It won't go away. You didn't even drink any of your milk.
I didn't need it.
You need it for that one.
Obviously, I did.
That's horrible.
I would never eat it again.
I mean, it was uncomfortable. That was rough.
Yeah, it's not good. But
Oh.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Oh, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
My tongue feels like it's swelling.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's not great. And welcome to another video. My name is Heather, and as always, I'm reading with a vengeance, and I hope you are as well. I am here today to film the mid-year freak-out tag. I'll introduce you to my special guest. This is my ride or die, my husband Jason. Hello.
Hello.
We decided to do a new spin as per the thumbnail, and we are going to do a version of Hot Ones. If you have not watched that show, it is an celebrity interview show, and they eat chicken wings dipped in progressively hot sauce, and then you get to see their incredible discomfort. We have an array of 8 hot sauces, progressively hotter. While we're doing this, we will be answering questions, most of the questions from the tag. I will link the original creator of the tag down below, but I am switching up the questions a little bit and then not answering. There's a couple of them that I won't be answering. So, without further ado, should we start with the first one to warm things up?
Sure.
Whose idea was this anyways?
Not mine.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It smells good. It's garlicky.
Smells good. And of course, because I'm vegetarian, these are plant-based chicken nuggies.
I'm not vegetarian, but I do like some pork. All right.
Easy peasy.
Actually, it's pretty tasty.
It
Says heat level 2 out of 10, so I'm sure we're gonna get worse, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna start with some of my stats for this year. I have read 49 books so far. I have attempted an additional 11 books that I could not finish. I've read 5 nonfiction of the ones I have finished. I've read 1 picture book and 1 graphic novel. Those are the only stats I'm gonna go over with you. What are you laughing at?
How do you read a picture book?
Like anybody else reads a picture book. How do you read a picture book?
I don't know, it's got words in it. It doesn't have words in it, so.
It does have words in it. Like a picture book, like for kids. There are not a whole lot of words on each page, but yeah. So the first question, what is the best book you've read so far this year? I'll let you answer that one first.
Oh, I have not read 49 books this year, so I don't have this wide array of books to choose from. But my favorite book so far this year has probably been The Devils by Joe Abercrombie.
Did you read the arc for that?
I did read the arc for that. It might not be out yet, so I guess no spoilers. He's probably more well known for like The Age of Madness. I read that trilogy as well a couple of years ago. I started it. Dark fantasy.
Oh, it's the first in a series too.
Yes.
So that one came out in May. So it is a new release. And yeah, dark fantasy.
Boom.
For me, I don't like to give my favorite book of the year so far, just because I do my favorites kind of quarterly, and then I do my favorites at the end of the year. So I will tell you my favorites for each month for the first half of the year. So my favorite for January was The Hunter by Tana French, which is the second in the trilogy. My favorite for February was Stephen King's Joyland. My favorite for March was Fundamentally by Nuseba Yunus, which was longlisted for, or actually shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction. My favorite for April was S.A. Cosby's King of Ashes. My favorite for May was Eliza Clark's Penance. And my favorite for June was Trent Dalton's Boy Swallows Universe.
So the next one's
Hot
buffalo sauce. 2 out of 10.
So buffalo sauce, 2 out of 10. So you could like smother it, right? That's a good buffalo. Ooh, that's building.
It's hotter than the first 2 out of 10.
That's Yeah, that's building.
It's been a long night.
All right, the next question is, what is the best sequel you've read so far this year?
Nemesis by my bad. Nemesis by Greg Horowitz, which is number 10 in the Orphan X series.
Number 10?
Number 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I like them. Help somebody out, and they pass his number on to the next person that needs help, and they call him. They're supposed to pass the number on to the next person.
It was good. I read the first one. I think the first one was called Orphan X, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe.
So the best sequel I've read this year is Tana French's The Hunter. I liked it more than the first one, which doesn't happen very often. Cal Hooper series? I think that's the series name of it. Any new releases that you haven't read yet but want to? It's fine. I have plenty. The next question is, what is a new release that's come out that you want to read but haven't yet? And Jason doesn't have an answer to this one yet.
I usually rely on my wife to pick out my new releases because I don't keep up with. I might follow like some dude's Facebook page, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, a new book coming out," but I'm not as.
No, you actually tried one of the ones that I have on my list, but didn't like it. So the ones that I have is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about this one, but you didn't.
I read one of his. Did I read that one?
I think you tried to read it and you couldn't get into it. I know you read The Only Good Indians.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
It's the same guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I still want to read this one. Carl Hyacint's Fever Beach, which I love. I've read all of Carl Hyacint's stuff, and he's just a lot of fun to read. And so hopefully I'll get to that one. This one is a new to me author. I don't know if this is a debut novel. This is called Death at White Hart, and I have the advanced reader copy. This is written by the creator of Broadchurch. Remember that show Broadchurch? So that's what got my attention on this one. And then the only other one is The Book of Guilt by Catherine Chidgey, who wrote Pet and Remote Sympathy. And I loved Pet, and I have a couple of her others on my TBR. I love her writing. She's a New Zealand author. And let's move on. Oh, Sweet Chili.
It's one of our favorites that we know we can handle.
Oh man, that's so good. Have we had this in a meal yet?
Mm-hmm. And some fried rice.
It's really good. That's not even spicy.
It's not.
Well, should we just move on to the next one so we can be uncomfortable?
It's Tapatio. We can. I don't think we'll be that uncomfortable.
I could chew in the back of the throat too. But I have to say, so they tell you with hot ones, they tell you that the way to have it is equal parts of the sauce and butter melted together. It gives a richer flavor and probably better spreading.
Coats it better.
Yeah. Okay, next question. What is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year?
My answer is the same as last one. I usually rely on you to tell me what's coming out, and I guess you're lacking.
I am, since I don't work at a bookstore anymore. So for me, of course, Cursed Daughters by Oyankin Braithwaite. She wrote My Sister the Serial Killer. Of course, the follow-up to Mona Awad's Bunny, and that is We Love You, Bunny, is coming out. Karen Slaughter's We Are All Guilty, which is the first in a new series. And Lucy's getting into some stuff. Mississippi Blue 42 by Eli Craner. He wrote one of my favorite books, Ozark Dogs. Samantha Downing is coming out with a book called Too Old for This, which is about a retired serial killer who comes out of retirement. The Land of Sweet Forever. They found some newly discovered essays and short stories by Harper Lee, of course, the writer of To Kill a Mockingbird, and they are releasing that in a collection in October. John Grisham is coming out with a new one called The Widow, and finally, Chevy Stevens is coming out with The Hitchhikers. So I'm super excited about all of those. What's next?
Los Calientes Verde.
Okay, so it's the hot ones with green sauce. And is this a medium?
5 out of 10. Green sauce is usually ain't bad. I like green sauce.
Yep. That's a 5 out of 10? What I will say, so the first 5 out of 8 sauces, they all have really good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I like spicy stuff, I like hot stuff, but I don't like hot stuff just for the sake of being hot. I like good flavor, and so far, so good. I don't think it's going to end that way.
I think that next one's going to mess us up.
What's been your biggest disappointment so far this year?
That one.
Oh, here we go.
The biggest one.
Here.
Greg Iles' Southern Gentleman, or Southern Man, which is a bummer because I really like Greg Iles, and I liked him well before all the Pin Cage novels blew up.
I read this series as well, and it's an excellent series. The first 3 are the best ones.
Yeah.
First 4 or 5. Yeah, but the first 3 are the best ones. The Devil's Punch Bowl was the second one, and The Quiet Angel was the first one, and this is the only one I haven't read, and I don't know. There's a lot of pages. There's over 900 pages.
The Bone Tree somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah.
I like his writing. It's predictable and still.
Bummer. So I have 3 that I will tell you that I have been disappointed because I couldn't choose between the 3 that I was so disappointed. The first one was Stinger by Robert C. McCammon, and I was super disappointed because I have loved everything that I read by him, so much so that they've been like favorites of the year. Boy's Life has been like an all-time favorite. Swan Song has been a favorite. I think I read a couple others that I really, really enjoyed. And then I read Stinger, which is one of his older ones, to be fair. And then it came onto my radar because they made a Hulu series called Teacup that looked really good. And when I looked up if it had been an adaptation of a book, that's when I found out that Robert C. McCammon wrote it, and it was called Stinger. And it was a stinker. Another disappointment, which is a hugely unpopular opinion, was Beach Read by Emily Henry. I enjoyed Book Lovers more than I enjoyed this one. Most people who have read all of her stuff, this is a favorite of all of her stuff, and it wasn't for me. Shall we move on to the next one?
The next one is not a Hot Ones either. That's the one we brought back from Houston.
Oh.
It might be bad. It's like Golden Habaneros.
Okay, we're getting into the good stuff. So this is called The Juice by ATX. They've got like a little temperature gauge on the back going from meh to oh god, and it's about 3/4 of the way up that thing.
It says it's a complex fruity flavor.
Ready? Yeah. I don't taste that much of a difference between that one and Tapatio.
It's not like that hot, but it's hotter than that as you go for your milk.
It has good flavor. I would eat that on like something.
It did have kind of a fruity, like at the first.
At very first taste.
Very first, yep.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
We have 2 left, and I think they're going to be painful.
I think it's that last one. I think it's that last one.
What's next? Let's see. What was your biggest surprise?
I ain't gotta look at my notes. My biggest surprise was Down with the System by, I'll never pronounce his name right, but Serge, the lead singer from System of a Down. Not a huge fan of the memoir, biography, autobiography genre. I think I've like 2 that I've read in my entire life, his and R.A. Dickey's, and that was really good. Very well written, very informative, very educational.
And entertaining?
It was entertaining about his band and stuff like that, but that was like a small portion of it. He's very, I don't know, seems really smart. Smart written book.
Cool. My surprises were, I finally read Carrie by Stephen King, which was his first published book, and I've been a longtime Stephen King fan. And what surprised me was, because it was his first published book and written so long ago, I expected it to not hold up to the rest of his stuff, and it was very good. Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe. I was surprised by the depth. I thought it was going to be a little bit more fluffy than it was. Had a little bit more depth and meaning, and it was very well written and enjoyable. And then finally, my other surprise was also a nonfiction, and that was The Library Book by Susan Orlean, which is the mostly the history of librarians and libraries, and it's centered around the 1986 burning down of the Los Angeles Public Library and all the details that entailed. And it read like a fiction novel. It was very interesting. I was riveted. The research that went into that was unbelievable. So yeah, I was really surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. What is a favorite new author? Either a new author or just new to you author?
Favorite new author was Ragnar Jonasson. He wrote Reykjavik, a crime story. And it was actually pretty good. I didn't think I was going to get into it because they use a lot of Icelandic words for the towns and streets and buildings. And first 1 or 2 chapters were kind of hard to get into just because I was trying to remember everything just in case they popped back up later in the story and it was going to be important. But you really didn't have to remember all the long names and stuff. Really good story, really good characters, and had a good twist.
He's always been really interested in like Nordic and Icelandic and Viking history. I have 2 favorite new authors. One is a new author and another one is just new to me. And the first one is Nuseba Yunus, who wrote Fundamental. And then the other one is Trent Dalton, who has been around for a while, and he wrote Boy Swallows Universe. So I'm looking forward to reading all of his backlist. So
Is that a TV show too?
they did make a TV show of it. It's on Netflix.
Wah, wah, wah.
Which, of course, we canceled just a couple months ago. Anyway, yes, I canceled. So the next question is, who is your newest fictional crush? I don't get fictional crushes. Jason doesn't get fictional crushes. We decided. Do you have a fictional crush, babes?
No.
Next question is, who's your newest favorite character in a book?
Devil's book is kind of like, if you're into like comics and stuff, it was kind of like a Suicide Squad type thing where they bring back like a team of, I guess, outcasts or people that didn't fit in. And I say people, but there's like a werewolf and an elf and characters that didn't fit in with their own people. One of them is this elf named Sunny, and I don't know, she's like really sweet and very touching character because like she doesn't fit in and she wants everybody to like her, but elves get a bad rap because people say that they eat humans and they're cannibals, whatever. She's a really good character. I liked her a lot.
My new favorite character, I only have one this time. Well, 1.5. So one was Pancakes, the cat from Annie Hartnett's The Road to Tender Hearts. But really my favorite new character was Eli from Boy Swallows Universe. And he's the main character. And he's a young Australian boy. Love his personality and the love he has for the people in his life. And was he Australian or was it New Zealand? No, I can't remember. It was one of the 2. I don't think
you're supposed to mix those up.
No, I don't think so either. It's Australia. Okay, yeah. It takes place in Brisbane. We've
been there.
Oh, should we try the next one?
Yep.
Oh, ooh, there's like stuff in there.
Yep.
This is Hot Ones Red Sauce. This is also a 5 out of 10, but I feel like it's gonna feel like more.
Calm down.
Well, we like burned off all of our taste buds. Or does the butter like make it less hot?
It just says medium, 5 out of 10. That's what it is.
All right, moving on. What's a book that made you cry? Did any books make you cry this year? At least get welled up or choked up or...
It was rough reading Down with the System because they talk about the Armenian genocide.
Oh, okay.
So it definitely gets you in the feels. But any book made me cry. I'll cry. Have you got more chicken nuggets than I do?
I did half on some of them. Oh, I wanted to get more sauce per bite. So mine was The Book of Flacco, which was a nonfiction story about the owl that escaped from the Central Park Zoo. And he remained at large for a year. There was all kinds of debate on whether he should be recaptured or remain free. And he did not have a good ending. And of course, hurt my heart. What books made you particularly happy this year?
Any book that you recommended?
Lies. Did you read any that were like particularly funny or?
Dungeon Crawler Carl #1. It was hilarious. I did laugh out loud a few times in it.
I remember when you were reading that and then you were like giggling.
I was super stoked about #1. Like it was really, really good. It was funny.
The one with Donut, the Princess Cat.
Yeah. Princess Donut.
Princess Donut is her name, oh yes. This made me super happy, just only because this is an author who has not let me down yet. I've read all of his books, and it's just good to have an author that you like all of his books. So it made me super happy that this was just as good as my favorite, which is Razor Blade Tears. And then the other one was Joyland by Stephen King. It makes me happy to read his stuff, especially when he's at the top of his game, which I think he was with that one. Just makes me happy. The next question is, what is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received? And we don't really buy a whole lot of books, so I didn't really have an answer for that one.
Most people like cover?
Yeah.
The most beautiful to me would be like Berserker. If you haven't read Berserker, it's that Keanu Reeves word and stuff. It's the best artwork I've seen in a book that I bought.
All right, so we're down to the last question.
And the last sauce.
And the last sauce, which we have both been dreading. Apollo sauce made with the Apollo pepper. What did they say about the Scoville?
Like 2.5 million. The Apollo pepper is like a cross between like a Carolina Reaper and Pepper X. It's supposed to be rough. But,
oh.
Come on, get on in there.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's not great. Shit. It's building. Oh my god. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
My tongue feels like it's swelling.
Mm. Oh, it's horrible.
It's not good.
Mm-mm. Why aren't you having your milk?
It's not horrible though. Like it's not like.
Yeah, some of the times you see on Hot Wings, you see some people and they're like in tears and like cursing out the host. And
I'm not gonna eat it again, probably.
It won't go away. And the first taste, the flavor of it is not good either. Before it even started getting hot, the flavor was not good.
Oh, mouth is like, it's warm.
It won't go away. Okay, let's answer the last question. So, what books do you need to read by the end of the year?
The only one. Look,
This one, huh?
and when we started doing this is the one I wanted to read by the end of the year, and that's where I'm at right now, so it'll be done by the end of the year. So I just started it.
Of course, I have all my bookshelves I would like to get to, but specifically, there are books on my bookshelf that have actually been there for years, and there are 5 books on my bookshelves that have been there since 2017. So I would like to get those off my bookshelf, and they are The Whistler by John Grisham, Paula Hawkins' Into the Water, A Fall of Marigolds by Susan Meisner, The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith.
What is that one about?
This is the first one in a series. I think you tried to read this one as well. It's the Corman Strike book.
Yeah, couldn't get into it. Good luck.
And Inside the O'Briens by Lisa Genova. I'd like to get those read by the end of the year, just so I don't have books that have been on my bookshelf for 8 years. And that is it. Those are all the questions for the tag, and phew, and that is our Hot Ones challenge.
Which wasn't very challenging.
It wasn't very challenging. but it was delicious.
I thought
Mostly.
it mostly was. Like, if we just knock these two guys out of there.
Have you read any of these books? If you have any thoughts on them, please let me know down in the comments, or you could just say hello. Or if you have any questions for me and my husband, be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.